Hello. Why do I smoke cigarettes? Because I'm under a world of stress. I'm not the only one, and it's not the only way to deal with stress. But it's the easiest way for me to deal with stress. I smoke peacefully. Good thoughts in, good thoughts out. Peaceful in, peaceful out. Breathe in, breathe out. It's a form of meditation, but it's a food suppressant and a stress relief. And unfortunately, the budget I'm on, I can't afford the cigarettes I need in a week, let alone the food to match it. Just to put a point on things, a 30 gram costs around $99 at Woolworths. Approximately, according to Google, it's about 70% tax. So if they took the tax off, that'd be 30 bucks. Then I could afford the cigarettes and food. 90 bucks would get me three 30 grams. That would probably last me a week. You think I'm being greedy? No, I'm under a world of stress. 24 years plus. Trying to get my rights back. I'm not the only one that's trying to get their rights back. I'm not the only one that's under stress. And even if you're not under stress, a good old smoke with a chum can be peaceful, communal. But a burnt offering, offering your thoughts in peace and quiet. You might think, oh, you can't drop the cigarette taxes because children will get cigarettes. What are you kidding? I know pensioners that can't afford their cigarettes and food at the same time. And children in their 18s to 20s can afford their cigarettes and more so. Higher incomes for younger youth these days. You're not keeping it out of the reach of children. You're making it near impossible for people that can't afford that. Or, hey, don't say get a job because I'm apparently permanently never allowed to work, according to the doctors. But I think in New Zealand, a lot of people know that the doctors lie. Or not all doctors, but some doctors can lie. And it's unethical. They can violate your rights based on gossip and hearsay. Just have a puff on a cigarette and forget about it. At least for that moment, there was peace. But seriously, when they said 2025, whoever said it, I don't remember which party said it or if it was even a party, that 2025 New Zealand will be smoke free. I laughed when I heard that. I said, nah, the government is way too addicted to taxes to give up cigarette taxes. 2026, and they just keep raising taxes. Why does no one argue lower taxes? It's a political year. What doesn't the party say? Yeah, lower taxes, at least on cigarettes. A little relief for those suffering from stress or disorders that relate to stress. And out of curiosity, can anyone find me the New Zealand national anthem, the full 5 verses in English? I can't for the life of me find it anywhere. I don't know why. It's a very nice anthem. The end of it's I think, if I remember correctly, about being against corruption. It was definitely something to take pride in. Why they don't play the full thing, the full English version and the full Maori version at games and national events, I don't know. You think if they can watch a ball be passed around for however long they pass the ball around, they'd be able to sit there and take pride in the national flag and what our ancestors worked together towards to achieve the rights of us having. Well, Uncle, rest in peace. We buried you today. He smoked heavy as well. Don't get me wrong, if I ever get my rights restored or the compensations I seek for the claims that I have going back to 2002, that's not looking into what happened in 1998 and 2000. Well, within 6 to 12 months, I'll be having real burnt offerings of steak and eggs and other food and orange juice. And after 6 to 12 months of training, bodybuilding, not fighting, I'm not a fighter, but bodybuilding, after 6 to 12 months of serious bodybuilding, you can't even puff on a cigarette without wanting to throw up. As always, Shane Joseph Taylor on YouTube. So sane, you just have to take H out of my first name.